That's mine.
No, you get Lisa. You get you.
The boys had mine.
Break the mouse, I broke the mouse. Now you get this one. Okay, what we're going to do, folks, is we'll go right out, basically to right about here. We'll move up to here. And then when we call you out, if you wouldn't get here, so just go along the white line here, out to the middle, and stop. Where do you think, Claire? Like right in here, we should be. Come up, stop here, please. We'll say your name. So we'll say your name twice. Walk out there in the middle. We'll say your name and everything again, and then go on. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Fairfield Community High School students and staff, we would like to welcome you to today's tennis match for our seniors as well as our foreign exchange students for their honoring. First off, our senior, Miss Madeline Foster. Madeline is the daughter of Brianne and Scott Foster. Our only senior tennis player, Miss Madeline Foster, and her parents, Brianne and Scott Foster. Our next honoree, from Germany, Miss Paula Kraft. Paula is the daughter of Kirsten and Jürgen Kraft. Her host parents are Tia and Shelby Esmond. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Paula Kraft and her host parent, Tia Esmond. Our third honoree, Miss Clara Schneider. Clara also comes to us from Germany. She is the daughter of Boris and Petra Schneider and hosted by Sally Kirk. Miss Clara Snyder and her host parent, Sally Kirk. And our final honoree from Italy, Miss Lisa Tomasi. Lisa is the daughter of Marano and Michaela Tomasi. Her host parents are Kent and Amanda Staley. Fairfield Mule tennis player, Lisa Tomasi, and her host parents, Kent and Amanda Staley. Go ahead, ladies. Once again, on behalf of Fairfield Community High School, we would like to thank these young ladies as well as their parents and their host parents for all the time and dedication that they have put into our tennis program this year and the past 4 years. Let's have another big round of applause for these young ladies and their parents. Oh well.
Yeah, drop frames are zero.
Yeah, that's looking good. I was watching and listening. I can't find the Mule Nation mouse. That was one that came from my bag that I dropped. And
think our guys share this
No.
to Mule Nation real
You do
fast?
whatever you want to do. I'm so glad they pronounced Tomato. That would have been a tough one.
I tried.
All right, we gonna worry about spots this afternoon, or we just gonna?
Yeah, we're just doing it.
Okay. Now, let's set up the switch cameras.
We have Mule Nation here right now, so. I know.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Scoring is the score post. I'm sure you're familiar. And then I want to say sportsmanship. I don't have to tell you this late in the game. Call out your scores. Make sure the other person can hear you. The person not calling the score, it's your responsibility to know the score, know the set before it's hit. And if you don't know it, stop them and make them tell you. Okay? Call your lines, call your own lines audibly, and when temperature indication. And try to keep those updated with each switch. Okay, without further ado, we'll announce our #1 singles for Fairfield, Lisa Tomasi.
#1 for Salem is Avery Robinson.
#2 for Fairfield is Madeline Foster.
#2 for Salem is Ella Robinson.
#3 for Fairfield, Clara Snyder.
#3 is Lauren Birch.
#4 for Fairfield is Megan Foster.
#4 is Madison Casarossi.
#5 for Fairfield, Serenity Eames.
#5 is Shayla Forsythe.
And #6 is Ren Braddock.
And #6 is Carly Donovan.
Okay, good luck, girls.
Have fun.
I'll help get that other one set up. I have to get it added.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Their uniform's over it, if you look. Like their skirt is over it.
But it's okay. We're on the court, so that's all.
I've got one JV player if you want.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Lakeside Park Tennis Courts here in Fairfield. It's time for Mules Tennis for you on Bobcat Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. Do want to remind you that this match is being brought to you on Bobcat Nation this afternoon. I'm Mark Turner, Claire Vaughn alongside, and Josh Rocket will be joining us in just a couple of minutes as well. He is well acquainted with the Fairfield tennis program.
Need the other side. Other side be the best place to sit.
As we get set for match #1 here at the Lakeside Park Tennis Courts. And Josh, we'll let you slide on a couple of headset here, and we'll get a couple of words for you. All right, Josh. Let's talk about this Fairfield tennis team. They're doing really well this year.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We've got several exchange students that helped out the program this year. So, of course, Lisa's our #1 there. She'll probably be ranked within the state whenever it comes to state time.
Okay, match #1 is going to be Lisa Tomasi.
Yep, Lisa. Yep.
Lisa Tomasi. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. I was worried about that all night. I was like, how am I going to pronounce that? How am I going to pronounce that? But this is a program that seems to be growing in popularity. I know in past years you've had issues with numbers, but this year you seem to fill all the spots, and everything is looking good so far.
Yeah. Hopefully, especially with the popularity of Lisa and everything that she's going to bring this year, it's really helped out. And we've had a lot of success with our younger students coming in as well. So I'm looking forward to next year and the years ahead. I think it's really going to grow. We've got a good summer program as well. We've got a lot of young kids that's going to come in and really strengthen the program. So looking forward to it.
Let's talk about Lisa Tomasi. She is a exchange student from Italy, and word is she could win the state title if everything goes her way.
Yeah, she's definitely a good player. We hit a lot in practice. She's definitely the strongest girl I've ever came across. Whenever I lived in Louisville, we hit against a lot of younger players, and she's definitely a lot stronger than the players that I've seen over there. She's definitely got a lot of talent, really strong on the baseline. We were just out there clocking her serve right before the match, and right now she's hitting somewhere around 100 to 105 on her serve. So she's definitely got the strength, especially for 5'2". She's has a lot of good core strength and leg strength to be able to hit that hard. So.
All right. Now, she is going to be playing on the court right in front of us, correct? She's playing on the far court over there.
Yep.
So I imagine with the serve that strong, she has a lot of service aces.
Yeah, she does. It catches a lot of people off guard. She's got a good second serve, slice, kick. So yeah, her ground strokes is definitely the stronger part of her game. Even though she has that strong of a serve, her ground strokes are probably just as fast as she's hitting them, which we'll see here whenever we get started. But yeah, her ground strokes, I'm guessing they're probably anywhere from 70 to 90 miles an hour whenever she rears back and hits it.
Man, could use her for the Mules baseball team or
There we
softball
go.
team, I think. Wow. Man. Now, let's talk about some of the other players. You got a couple of German transfer students.
We do. Our number 3 player is she's from Germany, and then we've got our number 8 player. She's also from Germany. So yeah, like I said, the exchange program is helped us out this year as far as our numbers, but our number 2 player, she's been with us. Of course, she's a senior now, but she's been with us all 4 years, and then our other players, our freshmen coming in, they're extremely strong. I look for them to really do well. Sophomore, junior year, and senior. I think they'll definitely be state contenders.
Now, you guys, this is senior night, of course. You recognize Maddie Foster, the one senior on the team, and the 3 exchange students. But sectionals are coming up pretty quick, aren't they?
Yeah. We'll be in Olney this year. Usually we're in Carbondale. This year they redid all the tournament sites, so tennis is a little different. A lot of the teams, they'll have regionals, and then they'll go on to sectionals or state. We'd go straight to sectional. We take all the teams in the area and they go to certain sites, and then the top 4 players for singles will go to state, and the top 4 double teams will go to state.
Now, when you come out to a tennis match here, you're not just at one court. You're at numerous courts here at Lakeside Park.
Yep. Yeah, we play all 6 singles at one time. So whenever we're coaching, we try to go between all the players and try to coach at once. Tennis is definitely a mental sport where you're out there by yourself. The only time we're allowed to coach is during a changeover. So it's every odd game. So if it's 1-2, they'll be switching, and that's the only time we're allowed to give them any coaching. Okay,
and tennis is still the old 15 love, 20, 30 love, that sort of thing?
Yep, 15, 30, 40, and then game.
Okay.
So.
And how many games are in a match?
Today, depending on the scoring, today for singles, we'll be playing the best out of 3 sets, just like you usually see, with the third set being a tiebreaker. So it's 6 games. First one to 6 games by 2.
Okay.
Yep, and we'll be playing no ad today, so it'll be just to kind of make it a little quicker. But we try to get as close to sectional. Now, whenever we get to sectional and state, you play out all the sets. So one match could last 3 to 4 hours, depending on how long it goes.
Okay. You're watching Bobcat Nation, powered by RJ Marketing this afternoon. We had to make a little bit of a switch because Mules Volleyball will be on Mule Nation at El Dorado later on this evening. So both players, all 4 players now, have warmed up, and now we're ready for the opening serve. Is that right?
Yeah. So they'll spin the racket to see, right now they're getting ready to spin the racket, and you call it kind of like a coin toss. We just use the bottom of the racket. There's a label on it if it's up or down, and then once it drops, you pick up the racket. Lisa called it, and then she gets to pick if she wants to serve or return if she won the toss.
Kind of like the coin toss in football.
Yep. Looks like she'll be receiving first.
Now, is that something you see in football where you win the coin toss and you choose to defer until the second half? Is that a strategy that's used in tennis, or just players whatever their preference is, basically?
It depends if you're stronger. Usually you want to serve first, especially if you got a good serve. If you don't, then you may defer. You may let them serve first if your ground stroke game is stronger, especially if you think you can win on their serve to start it out with.
And then we don't have an official score, so the players will call out their scores. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yeah, tennis is definitely based on the honor system. So we call our own lines, call the own score. There's no officials on the court. If there's discrepancies, then they can call a coach on the court, and then the coach will, if they can defer to the coach if there's an argument on the lines.
Okay.
Yeah. Until you get to some of the state finals, that's whenever you start to see. Official line judges, just like you'll see in Wimbledon or anything else.
Okay. And of course, girls tennis is played in the fall. Boys tennis will be in the spring.
Yep. Yeah. The girls tennis will end in the cold, and the boys will start in the cold.
Okay. Now Fairfield has had a tradition. How many kids have we sent to state recently?
For the boys' side, we had Jacob that won the entire sectional in singles, and he went to state. Now on the girls' side, we haven't sent very many. I don't remember the last time we sent a girl to state, or if we ever have.
Okay.
So it's been a while. But the
Okay.
boys' side, no, we've had quite a few boys that's went to state, especially in the past. So. Looks like we're getting ready to get started on court 2 here as
Yeah.
well.
Court 1 is Lisa Tomasi, the Italian exchange student. Number 1 single, is that right?
Yep, number 1 on our team.
Okay.
And so far, I think the number 1 in Southern Illinois. So we've had pretty good success. I forgot what her record is, but she hasn't lost any, and she's played. We went to some tournaments and played some of the top players. So we've played Carbondale, Greenville, some teams over by St. Louis just came over. That's still in Illinois, and she's still won every match that she's played. So she's right now, I think she's probably the number 1, definitely in Southern Illinois. And once you get up, probably middle of Illinois up north, then we'll start seeing.
And these are programs when you get to the far northern part of the state that they play year round.
They do.
We don't have that luxury here in Fairfield.
Yeah, that's. I was talking to an Effingham coach the other day, and even up there, they don't have the indoor courts. And once we get to Chicago, and they're getting lessons every week and playing indoor year round, it's tough up there. But I think with the way Lisa, how she grew up, she's been playing since she's 7 years old. She's been playing indoor courts as well. Now, the first time that she played on hard court was actually right before she landed in the U.S. She played on hard court.
Now, this is considered hard court, what we have here at Lakeside.
Correct,
is that correct?
Yep.
Now, there are also grass courts and clay courts.
Yep.
And are there any other type of courts?
So our German exchange students was telling me they play on carpet over there as well, which I have never seen that before.
Okay.
But yeah, the clay courts is what Lisa grew up on. That's what she likes, the faster courts though. So hard courts is much faster than clay. It's a little slower, but she likes the fast paced.
And when you say the clay courts, those are like the French Open is played on clay.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Now Wimbledon is on grass. Is that
Yep.
correct? Okay.
Yeah, most of the tournaments in the U.S. are going to be hard courts.
Okay.
U.S. Open, of course, is the biggest tournament. We've got some in Cincinnati, Indianapolis. That's kind of the closest around here that you can go see.
But this is a very interesting. I've never had the opportunity to actually come out and see a tennis match, and I'm glad we were. And I see Z has made it.
Yeah.
She's everywhere. I don't know how she keeps it going. But like I say, you just you play on the honor system, and they just go and.
So. So right there, that backhand's really hard to get to. I mean, whenever you're pulling the ball across the court that fast, I mean, it's tough.
Watching Lisa over there, she is really, really slamming that tennis ball.
They'll call out the score and then serve. So
Okay.
then they alternate back and forth. Of course, there's a box on the other side that they're trying to make it into.
Okay. Now, when I look at the court, I played tennis just recreationally, but when you look at the court, you have the short line, the lines nearest to the middle of the court, and then you have farther lines,
Yeah.
The baseline here. Now, on the singles, do they use the entire court?
No, so there's something called the doubles alley. So we won't use that until later in the match. There's on the very far outside of the courts, it looks like an alley right there, and that's for doubles only. So whenever you play singles, you're calling on the inside line.
Okay. How long does a tennis match usually take?
Oh, that depends on the players.
Okay.
We've had, I think our longest this year was 2.5 to 3 hours, and they were pretty evenly matched and just kind of kept the ball in play back and forth.
Okay.
But yeah, we started at 4, and I think the singles match finally got over. Oh, it was 6:30 or so.
And this was a singles match.
Yep.
That took 2.5 hours.
Yep.
When you play a game for tennis, you're in the middle of a match, you play one game. What's the break in between? Is it a couple of 3 minutes? Do you just automatically go and?
So after each game, you immediately start the next one. Now, if it's a changeover, you get, I believe it's 90 seconds to get a drink, get some coaching, and then you immediately go back out and start playing again.
Okay, live chat is open this afternoon. We are on Bobcat Nation. If you'd like to chime in, send us a shout out. We will send you one back, of course. Watching over there to Lisa's side, she is, and I keep saying Lisa, and I apologize. Lisa's side, talk about, a left-handed baseball player or a left-handed basketball player seem to give other teams problems.
Yep.
Does the same hold true with tennis?
Yeah, you got to adjust everything. So usually, players' backhands are the weaker side, so you kind of set your mind to hit toward that side of the court. Well, with her, you're hitting straight to her powerhouse with that forehand. And then all the spin's going to be different too. So on her serve, she's going to run you in the fence on the opposite side whenever she hits that slice. So yeah, you got to quickly adjust. If you're not used to playing left-hand players, then it's definitely going to be a long match.
Maddie Foster
Yep.
throwing us a wave here. Now, so they switch sides now, so they're in a changeover. Is that correct?
Yes. So
Okay.
that they just switched, and so you'll play. Like I said, you'll switch every odd game. So the very first game they'll switch, and then they'll switch at 3 and 5.
Okay. 12 people watching the stream this afternoon. We appreciate you joining us. And it's a beautiful afternoon.
It
You
is.
couldn't
Yep.
ask for a better afternoon. Wind has picked up in droves, but here and there. But right now the wind's kind of holding down. Now wind does play a factor in tennis as well, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, especially the years that we went up to Chicago. It gets pretty windy up there, so I'm kind of glad to see the wind. It'll I wouldn't mind if it'd pick up just a little bit more, even just so we can get used to that windy weather up there. And then the cold weather finally got here. Usually it's just a little bit more chilly up there too. So all that definitely plays a factor whenever you're hitting, especially in the strong wind. You have to adjust whenever you're trying to hit the lines, and it's the line's only a couple inches. It's tough. And the heat also plays a factor. The colder it gets, the more the ball will slow down.
Kind of like a softball almost.
Yeah.
The colder it gets, the less oomph off the bat, I guess.
Yep. And that'll
How
have-
many? I'm sorry.
Oh,
go ahead.
no, I was going to say that'll have to play a factor in her game as well. She's got a power game once she gets up north. If it's windy and it's a little colder, it's going to have to play a factor.
Okay. How many kids do you have out for tennis this year?
We've got 8 this year.
Okay.
In the past, we've had up to, I think whenever I first started, we were at 20 or better. So it it kind of comes and goes depending on the year and class size too. I think that plays a big factor. I think I don't know what the class size is right now. I don't know if it's still down or not as far as the overall attendance in Fairfield.
Looks like they're at a changeover on the far court. Lisa Tomasi, the Italian exchange student, she's on the far court. If you're looking, it will be to the left.
Yep.
And Maddie Foster, the number 2 single, is on the middle court here. Or not the middle court, but the right side of the court. And then on other courts, you've got other matches going on.
Yeah, I was just spinning around to see how we're doing. Right now, it looks like we're doing pretty good on most of the courts. Let's try and see the scorecards on all of them. It looks like everybody's just within the first 2 games of the sets.
Okay.
Looks like Lisa's already in the
Finished
third
hers.
game.
Yeah,
in third game, and probably looks like that game's already over, so they're probably in the as the 4th, so they're getting ready to start the 5th already. So they're moving right along.
So there will be 5. How many games in a
6
in a set? Okay,
yeah.
6 games in a set. Okay. You always hear about 7-6, 6-2, 7. So
Yep.
each game will have 7 sets. Is that right? Or 6 sets?
So there's 6 games in a set. Yeah, so the first one to 6x2, and but yeah, if it gets 7-6, then that means there's a tiebreaker. At 6-all, you play a tiebreaker, and that's a different type of scoring.
Okay.
Yeah, tennis is a little bit confusing as far as the scoring.
All I remember is 15 love, 30 love, and then it goes to 40. Is that right?
40 love, and then
and then game.
Yep. And then if it's 40 all, they call that deuce. So if you ever hear of deuce or.
Okay. And that just ends as a tie, right? Or do they play a tiebreaker?
Yeah. No, that's just the game. So after deuce, you can. Today we're playing no ad, so the next point wins.
Okay.
And then if you play with ad, you can go back and forth for a while. You have to win on what they call your advantage or the next point.
Okay. And when you have the no ad, is it something that both coaches have to agree upon, or the home coach?
Home team.
The home team decides.
Home team usually sets it up. So we're playing best out of 3 right now with third set tiebreaker. Doubles, we'll shorten it up. We'll play a 10-game pro set. So first 1 to 10 by 2.
Okay.
And it's usually we do that just because it's going to get dark. It's going to get a little chilly.
So you won't play under the lights?
No, we usually finish on the lights at this time of the year.
Okay.
So we'll still be out here playing under the lights.
And a typical match, you said, takes 2.5 hours?
No, it depends on the player. Like Lisa, she's probably getting close to being done with her first set here. She'll have a couple more games. I don't know how long we've been playing so far.
And they'll play best 2 out of 3 sets then?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. So she'll probably be done as fast as it's going, probably within an hour with 2 sets. And it's hard to tell. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but she hits with such top spin that if you watch the ball, it has a lot of top spin on it, which means once it hits the ground, that ball's bouncing up, and that's why the girl's hitting it about her shoulder.
Okay.
So not only do you have to deal with the speed, once it hits the ground, it's kind of like a rotating tire. It's going to speed up even more.
Okay. Now they've just switched around here again.
Yep.
So
it's 5-0, Lisa. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she hasn't lost too many games this year. She's been pretty solid.
Okay.
And as a team, we've lost a lot of matches 4-5. They've been really close.
Okay.
Usually it comes down to just 1 or 2 matches. So while it's an individual sport as far as singles, or if you get in doubles, you're worried about that match. But overall, we have a team score that we're going by. Every one of these matches count as 1 point basically. So we'll play 6 singles and then we'll play 3 doubles matches.
Okay.
Equals 9. So you have to win at least by 5-4.
Okay. And you'll play on both of these courts for doubles, or will you play on a third?
We'll play a third court as well.
Okay.
And we'll probably play over there under the lights. .40-15 here. Yeah, that serve there. I don't know if I can get how fast she's serving there. It looked pretty fast there.
Yeah. It is zooming along. Are a lot of kids talented enough to be able to return a serve of that speed?
I'm not a little too far away. No, I mean, especially if you haven't seen it. I mean, it's kind of just stick your racket out there and let, the racket kind of acts like a trampoline. You stick it out there and hold tight, and use her power against her and let the ball go back over.
I thought I heard him say match point, but
yeah, it wouldn't be match point just yet. I think it's probably over there. It's I think that was the end of the set.
Okay.
Love on Lisa's court.
On a typical schedule, how many matches are on the schedule for you guys?
I don't remember how many we had this year. Usually we try to play, all the teams that we can in Southern Illinois, and then we'll try to play in a couple tournaments as well. Some of the larger schools, they'll go up north and play some competition as well. Depending on the school, some schools really pack their schedule pretty tight.
And a lot of that has to do with, I didn't know if there was a certain amount of matches you were allowed to have in a year, because I know there's a limit for volleyball. There's a limit for, you can't just go out and play 14 or 15 football games. You're limited to 9 in the regular season.
I don't know if there's a limit on matches as far as how many you can have throughout the year, but there's a limit. The IHSA says you can only do 3 in a day, I believe it is what it is, especially like whenever we get to sectional or playing stuff like that. They just don't want to, get the kids too tired or dehydrated or something.
Right,
Especially when it comes to the heat.
And a lot of these matches are played in heat, 100-degree heat,
Yep. Yeah, I think Lisa just went down. She lost that first game there to unforced errors.
Wow.
Yeah. So usually if she loses a game, she it's because, she, what we call unforced errors, or she was hitting the ball in the net there. She was trying to slam it.
And in different courts, I mean, you have to think about different courts as well. I mean, each court with the net size and the tension on the nets.
But these courts all have divots in them. Punk built them wrong for the last 40 years.
Okay.
They don't have a slope. So these up here slope at the fence, which is still
Okay.
These don't slope at all, so we get, if you can see the spots where the water's sat.
Yeah.
So after a while, the ball doesn't bounce off of it.
Ah, okay.
Which we've tried to get them to fix for at least the last 10. So we had some pretty high players come. One that was a professional, and he said he wouldn't come back to me.
Wow.
3-2 first.
And you can hear the difference You can hear the difference when she hits the ball.
Yeah. And that, it's funny you say that. The article that was written, that's one of the things I told them the first time she came out. You can hear good players. Whenever you go to a park, you can hear the sound that comes off the racket, and you know where the really good players are playing.
Yeah.
It's just that boom sound that comes off of it. Yeah, that last serve there, she hit more of a slice and not as much power. It's still moving. That serve there is probably still moving 60, 70 miles an hour, but it's got a side spin on it that's pulling the girl out wide, and she's stretching for it.
Kind of like a pitcher in baseball almost.
It's exactly like that. Yeah, it looks like a slider coming in, except you got a massive box that you can hit it into, so she's got a lot more room to play with, and as it hits the cord, it slides even more, depending on what type of spin that you have. She's also got another serve, what they call a kick serve, so whenever it hits, it actually bounces up above your head. It's like a top side spin. And then she's got a hard serve that's just, there's not much spin on it. It's just a lot of speed. It's just a lot of speed.
Fastball, curve, slider,
yep,
serve, whatever you want to call it. Now you'll play 6 singles matches on this set of courts here. Is that right?
Six altogether. So we've got 6 players right now that's playing across all the courts. And then depending on how, the team score after that, we'll see if we have to win all of our doubles or not. If it's tied 3-3, then we'll have to go in doubles, and we'll have to win at least 2 of those to make it 5-4.
Okay.
So it's an individual sport, but it's also you have to win as a team. So every match counts. Whenever we tell the players, hey, make sure you don't give up on any point, because it takes the entire team to win.
Mm-hmm. Quite the serve. Have you had many transfer students, or not, foreign exchange students play tennis? I know we've had one play basketball a couple of years ago.
Wow. No, that was a good forehand there. No, we've never had any. We had one that came out I think a couple of years ago, but she was nothing like Lisa. This is definitely by far the best we've ever had, and it may be the best all-around athlete that we've had go through Fairfield. As far as, we'll see how well she does in state, but she'll definitely make some noise up there. That's for sure.
Can she win state?
I think she's got got all the right tools. We'll see how she handles. Like I said, once we get up there, the wind and honestly, she hasn't had the pace that she's going to see up there. I mean, some of those kids are going to be hitting pretty hard. We just haven't seen that type of talent being here in Southern Illinois. Up there, tennis is pretty much life. If you go out for tennis, it's year round, and that's kind of how it was for her back in Italy as well. She played. She'd practice. She'd get off school and go straight. She'd ride a bus for an hour and practice for, 2 to 4 hours, and then she'd ride a bus home. So, and then in the summertime it was, 8 to 4 practicing. So she's
put in the time.
She's definitely put in the time.
Rest of the players on the team, what about the time they put in? How much time do you normally put in if you're a tennis player?
It just depends what other sports you have. So here we've got so many players playing other sports and other activities, but yeah, definitely the more time that you put in, it really shows on the court. I mean, whenever a ball's coming at you, on average 50 miles an hour, and you've got to time that just right and be going at the right slope and everything else to get that top spin on there. It's definitely a timing thing that you have to practice.
Again, you are watching Bobcat Nation, powered by RJ Marketing, FCHS, and Salem in high school tennis this afternoon. Coming up a little bit later on Mule Nation, it's going to be high school volleyball as the Mules play at El Dorado tonight. Later on this week, it's going to be Mules volleyball versus Carmi-White County Thursday, and then Mules football at Hamilton County on Friday night. When do you start sectionals?
It'll be Friday.
This Friday?
Yeah, this
okay.
Friday. This is our last match.
So it looks like they're in the changeover here once again.
Yep.
They just got some coaching, looked like.
Yeah, it looks like Lisa's winning 2-1 now on the second set. Ooh.
And it's best 2 out of 3 sets, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, if they split sets though, instead of playing out the full third set, we're gonna go ahead and play that tiebreaker just to speed it up a little bit.
Just to get the extra point. And what with the cooler temps this week, it's you know.
Yeah, once the sun drops, it's gonna get cold here. So, but again, it'll be good to, if some of these girls make it to state, it'll be good to get ready for that.
Besides Lisa, what other girls are state contenders? Maddie, of course, is number 2. Now, when you I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, she'll be playing in doubles, actually. She decided to go in doubles this year. So you can choose to go in singles or doubles.
Okay.
And, her and Clara, our German exchange student, they've teamed up, and they're going to try to go in doubles this year. And depending on how all the other teams, what their players decide to do, they may have a pretty good shot in doubles.
Okay. Now, when you go to sectionals, you say you have to choose whether you want to do singles or doubles.
Yep.
How many players go to sectionals? Will you have 6 players?
Yep, you take 6 players, so it's 2 singles and 2 doubles teams. And then we'll go later this week for a seed meeting, where we'll talk through the players and look at everybody's records. So it's it's a few hours sitting there with all the coaches, and we go through everybody's stats basically for the year, all their matches, who's played against who, and then if one player's beat another player, then depending on what their score and everything was, technically you beat all the players that they've played. So you got to look at the entire history. It takes a little while, but we usually kind of know the players in the area.
Okay.
This year, since we're being sent to a different sectional, it's a little different.
Okay. Now, will you go? You always number 1 singles, number 2 singles, number 3 singles. Do they have different
flights
in this, or do they actually?
Don't. Yeah, you got to.
You may be the number 6 single from one school, maybe against the number 1 single from another school.
Absolutely. Yeah, tennis is one of those things. If you're playing singles and you win, you're the best out of the singles. So we send 2 players in singles, and they'll get inside of the bracket. They'll get ranked, kind of like a March Madness type looking bracket. So you'll get put somewhere inside that bracket, and then you'll just play it out. The first day we'll have up to probably 3 matches, and then the Saturday, if you make it to Saturday, you're already going to state. Saturday is whenever the finals will be played.
Top 4 go to state, is that right?
Top 4.
Okay.
Top 4 in singles, top 4 in doubles.
Okay, are there alternates as well?
We can take an alternate. I believe that's how that, we've never had that happen, but yeah, I'd have to look that up as far as once it goes to state. I don't know how the alternates work.
Well, I mean, like in wrestling, they take the top 3, and then the 4th person is an alternate in case somebody doesn't make weight or something. I mean, do they have something like that in case somebody gets sick?
At the sectional. You can do that at the sectional, but the state, you can't really do that. So before you start playing a tennis match, you could do that.
Okay. All right.
But luckily we haven't had that happen. Usually the players that we send to sectional, it's always been the same players. We haven't had to switch anybody out.
Okay. $15:30.
looks like Maddie's in a tight match here at 4-3.
And they'll play 3 sets, is that right?
They'll play, it could just be 2. If she wins both of them, it'll be 2.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, looks like it looks like they're hitting back and forth a lot. So these matches could go for a while.
Very evenly matched.
Yep.
Well, we're sure glad to come out here and see this. This is
Yeah, it's exciting. They Nurse played the Carbondale girl at Carbondale. That was a really exciting match. The ball was moving back and forth pretty fast.
now, are there different classes in tennis?
There's 2 classes. They just
Okay.
started that. I don't know how many years ago, but it used to be once you won, you were the best player in the state. Period. Now, they did separate it in 2 classes.
And do the top finishers from each class play each other?
No, they don't. So usually, in order to see how good you are in as far as the nation or the
Yeah.
region, that's whenever the USTA and the summer tournaments come in.
Yeah.
You get nationally ranked, and then there's also tournaments that you can play in the summer called qualifiers if you're trying to go pro or something.
Okay. Now, if you try to go pro, I mean that's it as far as you can't go to college if you're a professional. And
Yeah, once you cross that, and I talked to Lisa about that too, because she's definitely could get some scholarships, but talking through that, I don't think that's the direction that she's gonna go right now. So
is she wanting to go pro?
It's pretty tough to make it on the pro circuit. I don't know. I mean, she's really good, but I mean, there's a lot of good players. She's not nationally ranked yet. Usually, by her age, if you're going to go pro, you'd already be nationally ranked and kind of be inside of that circuit. As far as the tournaments, you'd already be playing those tournaments and qualifiers and things like that. You'd be.
Well, hopefully we'll get to have a word with a few of the players here before long. We'd like to anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Lisa's, back in control here. She's at 4-1. Looks like she's kind of sped up her serve again. She's definitely sped it up. She just won that point there.
Okay. Now you're allowed on the serve. You have 2 chances, correct?
Yep. Yeah, usually a lot of people will use a really hard serve the first time to try to get that angle and everything right, and trying to serve it as fast as they can. Then the second serve, usually people use like a spin. And then we'll throw in a spin on the first serve. If the person's standing too far back, close to the fence, we'll throw like a slider in there, if you want to call it that, and then it'll slide out. And they won't be able to get to it.
Angles are everything in tennis, at least in serving.
Yep. It's a big chess game out there, so it's trying to figure out your opponent's weaknesses, hitting to those, and then what type of shot is it that they have trouble with. A lot of players this year, since she loves the pace, they've tried to slow the game down against her, and if you don't hit that ball just right or you get enough spin on it, you just seen what she can do. The ball bounces up too high or it's too slow, she'll just crush it. So.
Boy, Maddie Foster and her opponent are really going at it here.
Yeah. Yeah, they usually have long matches. Ren usually has a long match too over there. I was trying to see where they're at right now.
Ren Braddock is a freshman on the team.
Yep, she's a good player. She runs everything down. Here in a few years, she just started not long ago, and she's going to be a really good player.
Is that pretty rare to have a freshman come in that hasn't ever played before?
No, unfortunately, not in this area. It's not. Looks like Lisa's already done.
Wow, man, that was quick.
Yep.
Now we'll have another singles match over there starting. Is that correct?
No, all of our singles are on. Then we'll switch to doubles.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we're gonna turn to Maddie here. That's on the court right beside.
Yep.
I can get Lisa to come over and talk to you for a little bit
Sure.
too. Yeah.
I'd appreciate that. Lisa Tomasi has already won her the match here. And Maddie Foster and her opponent finishing up their match here on court number 2 here at Lakeside Park. There are matches going on at several different courts here this afternoon. I'm Mark Turner, by the way. Claire Vaughn is on camera. And thank you to Josh Rocket for sitting in and helping us do a little commentating this afternoon. Senior night or senior afternoon here at Lakeside Park. We're going to try and get a word with Lisa Tomasi. Volleyball action coming up this evening for you on Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. The Mules volleyball team, 25-2. They're going to be at El Dorado tonight to take on the Lady Eagles. Bob Ellis and Grady Simpson will be there for us this evening. And we've got more volleyball action on Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing, on Thursday night as the Lady Mules host the Carmi White County Bulldogs. That one should be an awful good one. Make sure you join us. If you can't get out to the Mule Barn, make sure you join us for that one. And then we've got football for you on Friday night as the Mules play at Hamilton County. The Mules now 3-4. They're looking to even their record at 4-4. And they're kind of in a must-win situation. If they can get to 5-4, more than likely they are going to be in the playoffs. We are looking for that already. The volleyball regional and sectional pairings have come out. The Mules will be the top seed in the subsectional, and they'll be at the Hamilton County Regional. Their first opponent will be either Teutopolis or Flora. That will be on Tuesday the 24th. The next date for you is Tuesday the October 26th. That will be the championship match at Hamilton County. Then they move on to the Pinckneyville sectional for games on October 30th and November 1st. Then if you win there, you move to Robinson for the super sectional, and that will be on Friday, November 3rd. Mules tennis players will be at Olney for sectional action on Friday, starting on Friday. Got the seating meeting coming up in just a bit. That will be later this week, and then, as we said, Friday, sectional action from Olney for the Lady Mules tennis team. You can see Maddie Foster playing at the net right there. And she is going to be set for the next point.
Yeah, I know, right? This thing going okay? We got none going right now. I guess we probably don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is. We're going to be getting set for the next match. That will be coming up in just a few minutes. We're actually going to move on to doubles play here this afternoon at Lakeside Park. Beautiful facility for the matches here. And it looks like we're on at another changeover here. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good.
Wow, quite a first match here for you this afternoon. That was impressive.
Thanks.
Let's talk about how did you get started in all this?
I was 7,
Uh-huh.
and my parents brought me in a camp.
In a camp, yeah.
Yeah, and then I started the next year,
Okay.
and I'm still playing.
Well, you're pretty darn good. You've been playing for quite a bit, and whereabouts are you from in Italy?
Yeah.
Where are you from? What town?
Trento.
Okay. And
It's
where exactly
in
is
northern.
that? Northern? Okay.
Yeah.
So, weather similar to what we have here in Fairfield?
Yes, here I think winter is gonna be colder,
Okay.
but it's similar.
Okay. Playing a lot of tennis this year. What impressions have you got from the American game so far?
I like it. I like the team.
Okay. The
Because
team concept?
because in Italy we play me against everyone, and here I have a team.
Okay. Now, Josh was mentioning that you'd only played on hard court surfaces just one time before you moved to Fairfield.
No,
Okay.
I played.
You play a lot of hard
Yeah.
court? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So, what are your goals for this year as far as tennis?
I don't know.
You want to win state, obviously, right?
Yes, but we don't know.
Okay. How's it? How are you liking Fairfield?
I like it.
Okay.
It's small,
Uh-huh.
but I love people here.
Okay. Very glad to hear that. Thank you. I'm going to
Yeah.
let you go because I know
Thanks.
you've had a tough match, but we appreciate it very, very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Lisa Tomasi, the senior, the exchange student for the Mules tennis team. And we appreciate her joining us. She is she's quite the tennis player, Josh. You,
Yeah, it's exciting to watch her in doubles too.
okay, so she does play doubles as well, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
she does. We've kind of switched up our doubles a little bit since she's going to be more focused on singles. We've switched up some partners, so we're playing basically our sectional lineup. So she'll play right now. She's probably going to play number 2 doubles, but we've paired her up with the other singles player.
Okay.
That we're gonna put in singles.
So she'll be paired up with who this afternoon?
Serenity. She'll be
Okay.
she'll be paired up with her. Serenity and Lisa's going to be going in singles.
Okay. And then you'll have, like you said, you'll have 2 doubles matches going here, and then one
Yep.
more going somewhere else. And the format is pretty much the same, right?
Yeah. It'll be a 10-game pro set, but
Okay.
the games will be the same.
Okay. Now, you mentioned a 10-game pro set. What exactly does that mean?
The first one to 10 by 2. So you just add up the games. Instead of going to 6, you go to 10. And
Okay.
instead of playing 2 sets, it kind of shortens everything down.
Okay. Looks like Maddie's in a battle with her opponent from Salem.
Yep, she is, and it looks like she. I think that she lost the first set in a close match here.
Okay.
I can't tell what the second set is, but just talked to Scott, and I think we've won the other sets except for on on one court, so we're winning on all the courts except for 2 of them right now.
Okay. Like to hear that.
Yep.
Now, the summer leagues here in Fairfield, there is a summer league.
Yeah.
Correct. I think Don Woods kind of runs that a little bit.
Yeah,
he?
he's actually sitting over there. They wanted us to come over and get a picture with Lisa and I, since he coached me and then I'm coaching Lisa, so they thought it'd be an interesting picture. But yeah, he's the USTA program with my job and everything. I can't quite keep it up. It's a lot of dedication. Usually they have matches during the day, so since I work during the day, it's a little tough. But, we do run some camps in the summer, and then I encourage the players to actually go play some tournaments too, because there's a lot of USTA tournaments around the area, and usually I'll go play the tournaments on the weekend too. It's a lot of fun.
And just about every town will have a tennis court.
Yep. Yeah, and you've got the big tennis towns like Flora. Flora's got a great program up there. Of course, they've kind of got the history with the Palace family.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a really good legacy up there, and then of course Carbondale's a real big town down there. They've actually got the Joe Pierce tournament down there. He runs a great tournament. A lot of college players come down there. It's one of the favorite tournaments to play. University of Illinois and Indiana, usually they have several players that come down and play that.
And those guys just they hit the ball, guys and girls both. If you want to see some exciting tennis, that's
I need to make it over to USI. They went D1 now.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. Their school went D1, and kind of interested to go over there and see how their tennis program is.
Okay. D1 in every sport then, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe so.
A lot of colleges looking at Lisa?
I don't think, since she's not really wanting to come around here or go to college here.
Right.
We were talking about the different, how Italy is a lot different than the U.S. as far as especially the cost. Over there it doesn't really cost to go to college. Here it's pretty expensive, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for her to come here unless she really wants to go to a certain college.
Mm-hmm. And we'll wait until this match is over with for the doubles to start. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll have to finish up all of our matches.
All
and
the
then
singles matches and then play the doubles. Okay.
Yep. And as soon as our girls get done and
take a short break, I'm sure.
Yep. Short break, and then we'll get right into it so we don't keep Salem here too long. Usually we got to look at their drive and everything too. We try to shorten the matches, especially if they've got a long drive. Right now, everybody's trying to get ready for sectional, so they probably don't mind playing a little extra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen the Americans are doing a lot better in professional tennis this year.
They are
making a lot more finals this year. So I was happy to see that.
Mm-hmm. Now you don't. The Williams sisters are pretty much retired for the most part.
Yeah.
So who are the top tennis players in the country now?
For the women, Coco's making a lot of noise right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then. See, on the men's side, I was trying to think who the American is. I can't even think who the American is right now, because the Americans that I used to watch and would go see, they're all starting to retire as well. I always liked to watch John Isner, and he, he's retired since. So it's the big servers and stuff. They're sorry, I was trying to see what their score was here. Looks like Maddie just won 2 games.
Okay.
She's still down 1 game here. They're still battling back and forth.
This has been a back and forth match. They've been, great rallies, great volleys in this one, and makes for exciting tennis.
Yep. Yeah, I love watching singles. Doubles has always been a lot more fun. A
lot more action.
It's it's a lot more strategy, a lot faster pace. You're up there right at the net, and they can hit right to you. So you gotta kind of protect yourself up there, and it's a lot faster pace. You get people slamming back and forth really quick, and you got to figure out exactly when to cut across the court, or it was in. But yeah, Josh and I played doubles in high school, and we really enjoyed it. There's a lot of strategy around serve and everything. If you can get get your net person up there and be able to put in a slider, so to speak, and then have them slam it down.
And it's the same with doubles. One person has to be in the front box and the other in the back. Is that right? Or
no, there's different strategies, different setups. You can different formations that you can do. Just kind of depends on. Sorry, I was trying to look over here on these other courts, see what the score was. Looks like we may have just had another match finish up. Yeah, it looks like Ren just got done as well.
Okay. We appreciate everybody joining us this afternoon on Bobcat Nation, and we're going to try and get another player to come over and talk to us. And we'll continue on with the broadcast. I'm enjoying this match here between Maddie Foster, the number 2 single player for the Mules, and her opponent from Salem. It has been back and forth and up and down and all over the place, and it's a great match. Going to get some more players on. Looks like maybe Ren Braddock will join us. Maybe. We hope. Yep. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. So you just finished up your match.
Yep.
So you're a first-time tennis player this year, right, Brent?
Yeah.
So what made you decide to play tennis?
I wanted to try something different, and none of my friends play, so I thought I'd try it out.
Okay. No competition, right?
Yeah.
How you been doing this year?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Yep. Playing the 6th spot, so.
Okay. All right. Now, what does that actually mean when you played? I mean, when they set people at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do they try and match you? Do maybe a number 3 will go against a number 1 at certain times, or is it just you're similarly matched with the other team's players?
Yeah, you try to be similarly matched, so we challenge each other at practice to get our placings.
All right. How much has the the addition of the foreign players from Germany and from Italy, how much has that made a difference?
Oh, it's amazing. They all came in with very skilled, and we'd love to have them. Expands our program a lot.
All right. So at New Hope, you were a softball and baseball player, or softball and basketball player, right?
Yeah.
So are you going to play those sports for FCHS?
Basketball and track.
Basketball and track. So you've never run track before either, have you?
I've ran track, yeah.
Okay. So what are you going to run?
Short distance and high jump.
Okay. All right. And basketball, I'm assuming you're looking forward to that season as well.
Absolutely.
All right, Ren. Thanks for joining us. We
Thank you.
appreciate it, and we'll see you down the road, I'm sure.
Thank you.
All right, Ren Braddock, one of the freshman players on the Mules here. That sun is right in our eyes right now. Man, this has been quite the fun afternoon. Man, it's been. I'm impressed.
It has been fun. This is the first tennis match I have been to since I was in high school.
I don't know that I've ever been to a tennis match.
It's a really cool
and I know,
sport. Like,
and I know I have never had the privilege of doing play-by-play on tennis, and it shows. So,
well, we're so thankful that Josh Rocket, has came in to help kind of call the matches, and Josh and I graduated together, and he was a big tennis star when we were in school, so it's pretty cool. You never know, how your paths will cross again with your classmates throughout the years.
Yeah.
So.
Tell you what, this is a really good match between Maddie Foster and her opponent, man. They've been going back and forth here.
They've been playing for a minute, haven't they?
Yep, or two.
working up a sweat out there. It's fun to watch them when they're evenly matched like that.
And it's really nice to get some of the players on. I really enjoy talking to the players. And
here, Coach Rocket's back. I'll give him back. Oh, we got some more.
We
got another player ready.
We'll see who we got here.
All right.
Players are just, some of them are a little camera shy, I think. All right.
Yeah, I think Claire's going to come over here in just a minute. She's catching her breath. She just got off the court, so.
All right. Have a seat. All right, Claire. First of all, let's get your last name.
It's Schneider.
Schneider. Okay. Yeah. And you are from Germany.
Yes.
Whereabouts?
From where?
Yeah, from what city?
It's near Hamburg.
Near Hamburg?
So in the north.
Okay.
Yeah.
I lived for a couple of years with my family in Bavaria. At Bad Kissingen.
Oh, yeah.
So, which is pretty far south. So.
Yeah, my aunt lives in Bavaria.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, moving from Germany to Fairfield.
Yeah.
What's been your impressions?
I think it's good. I mean, I don't come from a big town in Germany, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's really different.
Really different. What differences do you see here?
Especially high school life. Especially going to high school and having the sports with the school together because we only have clubs in Germany.
Okay. Now, do you play tennis in Germany?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You play for a certain club, or what are your aspirations with tennis?
Yeah, I play for a certain club, and I started when I was 9, I think.
Okay.
But I only played for 3 years and then stopped also for a couple of years.
Okay.
And then came in last year again.
Okay. What are you looking for out of your tennis career here at FCHS? What are your goals for this year?
Well, I mean, win and also go with Maddie in the doubles to sectionals on Saturday and Friday.
Okay. Are you going to play any other sports while you're here?
Yes, I'm going to play basketball and also try out for softball and track and field.
Okay. You're going to be busy.
Yes.
Now, coming from Germany, as far as high school life is concerned, what's the main differences between high school here and a similar academic standing in Germany?
The community is really different because everything is more together here.
Okay.
I would say people do more stuff together. I think that's basically most of the time because of the sports, also going to the games and stuff.
All right. Okay. When you graduate from high school, what year are you in? Are you a senior here?
I'm a junior here.
Junior here. So you'll be here for 1 year, and then you'll go back home. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you finished, or will you be finished with high school in Germany then?
No, we have 5 years of high school in Germany, so I still have 2 years left. But I'm going to skip the 11th grade in Germany.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And hope you enjoy Fairfield.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. Claire Snyder, one of the foreign exchange students from Hamburg, Germany. Is that right? Hamburg? Yes. Okay. Hamburg, Germany. And we appreciate you joining us. Good luck in your doubles match.
Thank you.
We'll let Claire slide back in here. And Claire, this is a extremely busy couple of weeks on both Mule Nation and Bobcat Nation.
It is a busy couple of weeks. We're finishing up the fall season here, and it's we're hitting it hard. Today we have 2 broadcasts going.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've said that already, but tune in to Mule Nation here about 6 o'clock, and they'll have JV action at El Dorado volleyball. Thursday we have volleyball versus Carmi, right? Which is going to be
looking forward to that one.
A great match. I don't know if we've all recovered yet from last night's match. Did you end up watching it?
I watched part of it.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't get a chance to watch all of it, but it was
the ending was the best part.
3 sets.
Three sets. They lost the first, won the second, and they were down by I want to say up to 8 points.
Wow.
In the third set, and oh my goodness, I mean, those girls fought from behind and ended up winning it. I cannot believe it. They fought till the end. It was amazing.
Well, Chet Snyder said all year one of the goals.
Yeah.
Undefeated in the BDC.
Yep.
And they've got one last BDC matchup. It's against Carmi White County on Thursday. It's also senior night.
Senior night. It'll be a lot of fun. And then we're heading to Hamilton County on Friday for some football action. And
it may be the first time we've seen a little rain this year.
I know. Our Mule Nation group chat's blowing up about the possibility of rain and how we can protect ourselves. So it should be fun. We had, was it Edwards County that Bob last year? Bob was covered up. We had to get the trash bags out and stuff. But hey, whatever it throws at us, we can figure it out as long as we have good internet connection.
Yeah, you bet. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And then, so today's our first tennis match of the year.
First ever tennis match for all of us.
Yes, for all of us.
As far as broadcasting is concerned.
And then Monday, we'll have our second ever JV football broadcast. So that'll be a lot of fun. 2 Bobcat Nation games next week. And another volleyball on Tuesday, and football senior night on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Switching it up this year.
You bet.
I thought that was crazy. Ken Odie talking about how it took 2 years to, they've
find
been
officials.
looking for that, officials for that game. So moved to a Thursday night. It's all good. I do want to give a quick shout out, too, if you are interested. Next Saturday, the 21st, murder mystery dinner is happening out at the fairgrounds, and Lisa Thomasai, her host mom, Amanda Staley, and I, and Kirsten Melton and Lucy Potts, we all kind of are behind that. We got a murder mystery going on. You can go on Murder Mystery Fairfield.
What is the theme
on
this
Facebook?
Year?
It's 80s prom.
Oh.
It's going to be so much fun.
Sounds like somewhere I need to be.
Yes, it's
80s
going to be a lot of fun. Amanda Staley, she makes the amazing desserts.
Oh,
so
yeah.
She's making a cosmic brownie cup. And
I love the cosmic brownie.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And then Green Pigs Catering. So you get a catered meal. We serve you. You get to sit and relax. There's spiked punch at the prom.
Ooh.
Somebody spiked the punch.
All right.
And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It's 16 and up, since we do have some alcohol available. Champagne
Only
bar.
16?
Yeah, 16 and up. IDs are checked at the punch and at the champagne bar. But yeah, we try to keep it just an older group so it can be more of a relaxed setting. And
I remember my 80s proms.
do you?
Yeah.
We'll have to come and tell us, does it bring you back to your 80s proms or not?
I don't know if I could remember that far back. I'm that old, so,
Well, it's all things bright, neon,
man.
lightning bolts.
Yeah.
All the fun stuff. So
Bright and neon. And, when I graduated high school, we were wearing basically the clothes that you see in the movie The Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The girls were dressed just like Molly Ringwald.
Right.
The guys were wearing the two polo shirts.
Yep.
With the they call them skinny jeans now. We just called them straight legs back then.
Right.
And the loafers.
Those double layer polos, they came back in the early 2000s, late 90s too.
Yeah.
I remember that was a style when I was probably in 8th grade or something. Wear two polos. Why not?
Yeah. Well, we only wore them when we were cold, but no, it sounds like one heck of a good time.
Yep, it'll be fun. Tickets are still available. I believe Friday is our last day we're selling those, so it is $50 a piece. But like I said, that includes dinner and a show, and it all goes to a good cause. We do a scholarship every year.
Okay.
With the money raised for FCHS students. So
I will have to check with the boss.
Yeah, I know. You guys didn't get to come last year.
No, it was what was happening that I didn't come? I don't remember. I think we had Saturday football.
No. I want to say, was it when Tina got sick?
I'm not sure.
Because I think it was something to do with that. But anyways, hopefully.
Okay.
You can come this year.
Well, tentatively put us down for 2 tickets. Okay.
We can do it.
It sounds like a hoot.
Yes, it will be a lot of fun. The match is still going on.
Man, this has been a great match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this thing has been going on since
4.
Yeah, it's been going for an hour and a half now. It is, I don't know, this is really exciting, watching them go back and forth, and now looks like Maddie's going to have the serve here.
Five is the game score, it sounds like.
Wow.
Talk about evenly matched.
Yeah. Going to see some doubles action here coming up in just a bit. Josh Rocket back in the seat next to me, and Josh, I tell you what, this one's going to go the distance.
Yeah,
maybe a few extras.
Yeah, we've got one other match over there. I was just checking on. That's in the second set tiebreaker. And
okay.
If we win that one, then it'll go to a third set tiebreaker. So it's starting to see how long these matches can last here.
When you go to the when you go to the tiebreaker, it's next point wins. Is that right? Or
no, the tiebreaker is it's almost like a a whole nother set of games. So you go 1 point back and forth, and it's
Okay.
the first one. Every point adds up, and then so they're playing a set tiebreaker over there, which will be to 7. First one to 7 by 2. So if it gets to 6-7, you gotta keep playing.
Okay.
So we can go on and on. Then right after they finish that, if we win, they'll switch and play a third set tiebreaker, which
Wow.
goes to 10. So they could be playing for a while. But yeah, it looks like we may have just lost that one. So they're walking off the court. We didn't end up splitting sets there.
Okay.
And then this one, it's pretty close here. We're down 4-5 in the second set.
Okay.
So we'll be starting doubles here real soon. Well, the sun's going down. Temperature's dropping.
Yeah, it is. I can feel it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mentioned earlier you can hear the power when somebody hits one good. You can definitely feel that it's. I mean, you can hear that it's.
Yeah, it's
Nope, it looks like this one just got over with.
It's almost like a drum. I mean, the ball hits it and it compresses and then it shoots off, and it almost sounds like a drum coming off that. No, this one's not over.
Nope, okay.
We just went up 6-5, and you got to win by 2. So Maddie just took the lead here.
How quick is the turnaround when you go from singles to doubles? I mean, do they start playing automatically?
We'll start playing here pretty soon.
Wow.
You get about 10 minutes to rest, and then we're back at it again.
Wow, man.
So. Yeah, tennis is a great sport. You've got the endurance, and then the chess match that's going on, the mental game. Then you've got the power. It's definitely an interesting game.
So
with
Maddie
everything.
just goes up 15-0, right? 15-love, I guess.
Yep.
Where did they come up with the term love?
I don't know. I can't remember where that came from. I think tennis started over in England. I don't know where that term actually came from.
Okay.
Never really sat and looked it up. They are in a battle right now. It looks like Maddie's using top spin and she's using backspin to counteract it. So
Nice backhand from Maddie right there.
Yep, there's just a few inches out. Looks like Mabry's in a long match as well over there.
Mm-hmm.
She's won the first set, winning this one 5-4. So.
Okay, and so she gets to 6, and then.
Yep. Then she'll be ready for doubles.
Okay.
Her and Ren plays doubles together.
Okay.
Ren came off. She'll be rested up, and as soon as she gets 10 minutes to catch her breath, she'll be right back on for doubles as well.
Okay. So it's 10 minutes. It's not just when the final match gets over with. It's 10 minutes. It's you get 10 minutes as a player to rest. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, and I mean we're just doing that now. I mean they're not going to be during a actual tournament or something. You get longer than that. You'll get up to, depending on the tournament. I think the last tournament we played in, we got maybe an hour, 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
But yeah, I think average is closer to that 30-minute mark.
Okay.
I mean, you don't get too long to rest. It's not too bad unless your legs are cramping or something from playing too long.
Then it wants to jump up and bite you, right?
Yeah.
You are watching Bobcat Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. And it's Mules Tennis for you this afternoon. The live chat is open. And if you want to jump in and give us a message, Angela Vaughn checking in. Tennis. I love this. Mule Nation, thank you. Well, you're welcome, Angela. We appreciate it. Appreciate you watching. How soon do you turn the lights on? I mean, do you
we'll be
getting them warmed up and then?
Yep. Yeah, we'll be turning them on here pretty soon. I may just go ahead and turn them on, make sure they're working and everything.
Tiebreaker, I think she said. So we're in the tiebreaker here in the number 2 singles match. Maddie Foster for the Mules. And then we will have doubles action for you. Great hit there, and the ball's going to go out. Great volley here, and still going at it. Scott Foster, the coach of the Mules tennis team. I think another point for and we'll switch it over, and Salem will have the serve now. And that went out as well. Another point for Maddie Foster. Switch it to the other side, and the Salem player will have the serve now. Hits it into the net. Back to the serve for Maddie Foster here. Coming up in just a little bit on our sister network, Mule Nation. It's going to be Mules volleyball against El Dorado tonight. That will be on Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. And then volleyball action on Thursday night for you on Mule Nation. The Mules hosting Carmi White County. Friday night it's football as we head down to Hamilton County to take on the Hamilton County Foxes. Looking forward to a Mules victory on Friday night down at Hamco. Gets them one victory closer to the playoffs. Players going to be switching sides here. And Maddie Foster with the serve. Nice looking serve. The return from Salem now back over. And the Salem player hits it into the net. Players discussing that this one might be over with. They'll check with the respective coaches. Live chat is open. Tell us where you're watching from. All right, Salem going to have the serve here. This one is taking a while. All right, still in play in this singles match, and serve over by Salem into the net from Foster. Send it back, and Salem will have the serve once again. Appreciate Josh Rocket and Scott Foster for allowing us to come out here this afternoon, and appreciate Josh for helping with the commentary. Little tip shot now. Tipped back over by the Salem player. Play at the net. Got doubles action coming up for you in just a few minutes. This match approaching 2 hours between Maddie Foster and her opponent from Salem. Maddie with the serve. First one into the net. She'll get the second serve here. Hits it over easy. And that one is going to be out. Maddie Foster, nice little hit. That bounces in front of the net. And that's going to be a point for the Mules. They are in the tiebreaker here in this match. Got to win by 2. Into the net. Salem with the second serve here. And that's into the net as well. And another point for Maddie Foster. That will do it. Well, it will not do it. Maddie Foster back to serve once again. Thought they were going to shake hands, but they were just handing the tennis balls over to the other player. Foster with the serve. Players have got to be getting tired here. And we'll switch to the other side again. Players getting some instruction from their respective coaches. And we'll switch sides. Maddie Foster will now be on the south side of the court. Foster with the first serve. And there's a point for Salem. Foster with the return. Now back once again. Deep from Salem. Foster backhand over. Foster with the forehand. Now, little shot, sends it short over the net. Salem brings it in, backhand from Foster. Salem sends it over the head of Foster, and it lands in. That's a point for Salem. This one is going the distance. Approaching 2 hours for this match here between Maddie Foster and her opponent. Foster with the serve once again. Return from Salem. Foster with the forehand into the net. Point Salem. At first serve. Drops into the net. Now her second serve coming up. Sends it over easy. Salem returning it. Maddie Foster, the forehand into the net. Getting set for Mules volleyball over on Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing this evening. Mules down at El Dorado. Already have a 2-set victory over the Eagles. We're down to almost the last for the Mules volleyball team this year. They've got a match tonight, Thursday night, and then next week they'll be at NCOE to close out the season. Thursday night, by the way, make sure you come out to the Mule Barn. They'll be saying goodbye to 4 senior volleyball players, Mabry Ellis and Lainey Clark and Emerson Robbins and Riley Edwards. Switch sides once again, and we'll be back to action. Nice return by Foster. Salem hits it into the net. That's a point for the Mules. Foster with the serve. And that one goes out. That's a point to Salem. Maddie Foster back to the serve once again. This has been quite the match. Number 2 singles. This one just ended. And we'll get set for doubles action here at Lakeside Park. They'll be playing 3 doubles matches here. 2 on the 2 courts here at the main court. And then 1 more on another court. And we'll take a short break. And we will be back with the doubles matches in just a minute. You're watching Bobcat Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. Welcome back to Bobcat Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. Special broadcast this afternoon. We have FCHS Tennis. Now, Josh, tell me about the singles matches. How'd we do?
We did pretty good. Actually, we had one still going. It looks like it just now finished up. It was a really long match. I'll have to get the scorebook to see how we actually ended up.
But anyway, now we go into doubles matches, and there will be 3 doubles matches. Is that right?
Yeah, there will be 3 doubles matches. Our Maddie and Clara's teamed up together. Then we'll have Lisa and Hunter today is going to play number 2.
And that's Hunter
Kirk.
Hunter Kirk.
Yep,
Okay.
She's going to step in for Serenity today, so she can get some playing time in at on the varsity level. And they make pretty good match too. She's pretty strong, and
Here comes Coach
she gets
Scott Foster with the scorebook.
So right now it looks like it's
Yeah, that's, I don't know her score she went on.
yeah. So it looks like right now we're tied up 3-3 as we go in the doubles. So it's another close match here.
And on the far court, that's court 1 over there, right?
Yep.
Okay, they were warming up.
Got Don here behind us. He's coached for a lot of years.
Mr. and, as Derek calls them, Mr. and Mrs. Mule.
There you go.
And they are everywhere. I mean, they're almost as many places as Z is, the superintendent.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
And maybe more.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm guessing Z's already at the volleyball game.
Yeah. I think she stopped in here and then
Yeah,
headed to
she
El
did.
Dorado.
Yeah, she's good about going out to all the sports. I was glad to see her back, actually. She's always been one of my favorite principals, superintendents. She's really good about supporting all the sports.
Now, you were an FCHS graduate. You played tennis at FCHS. You play anything else?
Yeah, I ran cross country and we see spring, and then I tried wrestling. Did that for half a year and got hurt. So I'm like, I'm gonna back off of that because tennis was
tennis
my
your
primary
first love.
sport.
Then,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I made it. Went 3 years to state in tennis.
Wow.
And then had a lot of luck during the summertime too. So it was can't complain. The opportunities I got with tennis there. I've got to see Chicago and play in Indy, and then at Michigan State University, went up there. It was a lot of fun. I played Davis Cup up there. That was fun. But yeah, we've had a lot of close matches this year. Looking at the scorecard here, it looks like Mabry lost in a 3-setter, and then Serenity had a very close set.
What was the score of the Maddie Foster's match here?
We don't have that score yet. I know she lost in a third set tiebreaker.
Okay.
So I don't have that score.
That tiebreaker went for a while.
Yeah. Yep. Looks like her and her sister went in a third set tiebreaker. So yeah, it'll all come down to doubles again, which has kind of been the theme throughout the year. It's always came down to the very last match, and hopefully we can pull it out today.
Okay. Doubles matches will be, you said they go 10?
Yeah, we'll be playing a 10-game pro set today.
Okay.
So it'll be the first one to 10 by 2.
Okay. So they could theoretically go a little faster than the singles.
Yeah, it should go a lot faster.
Okay.
Especially with a couple of those singles matches that we had, they just got off the court, 10, 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So we're looking at almost a 2-hour match there. And looks like one doubles has already started.
And that's on the far side and on court 1. And who's playing for the Mules over there?
We've got Maddie Foster and Claire Snyder.
Okay. And now Maddie just got done with her match.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it wasn't a long break at all, and now we're back to playing.
She said she's ready to go, so she's got pretty good endurance, so she was ready.
This one will be Lisa and Hunter, right, on this one?
Yes.
And who's playing on the third?
It'd be Wren and Mabry.
Wren and Mabry.
Yep.
Okay. And that's Mabry Foster, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Wren Braddock and Mabry Foster. And Mabry just got out of a long match. She may still be resting a little bit. Let's see. Which one's alive there? That one's alive?
That,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other one's live.
Yep.
It is. They're warming up now.
Yep. Yeah, so I was talking about that strategy. If you watch our doubles players there, we'll do signs behind our back to let the server know what we're about to do.
Okay.
So,
which direction you're going to go. And
which direction we're going to go, where we want the serve to be, so we can kind of figure out if we're going to go or stay.
Okay.
If we're going to cut across the court, then the server knows that they're going to have to back up the other player.
Now, I notice on this far court over here, court 1, they're one of the Salem players, and they're the ones closest to me, have one player's in the box in the front, the other's deep. And now that's how they line up in a doubles match. Is that right?
Yeah, so as they're serving, usually you'll have one player right there on the line. There's also different setups to that as well. We'll play a little bit different depending on who we're playing, but that's the normal setup. Their job is to look down the line and call the line.
Okay.
So if somebody's serving really fast and you're back, that your partner can actually call the line if it's deep or not. It kind of helps out.
Lisa Tomasi and Hunter Kirk on this one. Wow, man.
Yeah, she's close enough. I can probably get once she gets warmed up here, I can probably get a
serve
radar on her. Yeah, she's just warming up right now. It's just under 60 miles an hour just on a warm up.
Incredible, impressive. And that, I mean, you talked about earlier about the different ways you can serve and the different, slider. It looks like a slider. That one almost looked like a slider coming in. Or maybe
so that one there was actually what they call a kick. It was, and that's why it's a little bit slower. So she's coming over the top of the ball and sideways at the same time. So it's going to bounce. It's going to bounce and kick over to the fence and kick up by your head. So yeah, or she can do a straight slider which will stay down low by her knees and it'll be sliding out to the side.
Now, as far as serving during a doubles match, you take turns from serve to serve or from game to game?
Game to game.
Okay.
So you'll serve the entire game and then
your teammate will get a serve. Okay.
Yep. Well, it'll switch to the other team.
Okay.
You also switch between teams. So.
Okay. And this one is. They're pretty close to getting started here. I think they are ready to get started. Nope, I guess it's...
Yeah, they're still warming up their serves. It's a little cold, but I think some of these players have been sitting for a little while, so they're trying to get their shoulders warmed up.
With the length of the two matches from Maddie Foster and Mabry Foster, yeah, they've been sitting for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, especially the number one players. They got done within 45 minutes, and then they had set almost an hour. So yeah, they definitely need to warm up some.
And these will be number one doubles on this, or number two doubles.
Yep.
What distinguishes between number one doubles and number two doubles? You'd think, with Lisa being the number one singles player, you'd think she'd be a number one doubles player as well.
Yeah, and that's why she's with a JV player right now, and they're at number two. So our number one doubles team over there is going into sectional at number one.
Okay.
So now, like I was talking about getting that state lineup, we can't play Lisa at number three doubles because that'd be too unfair.
Mm-hmm.
Really, we'd like to play our number three doubles at number two just to get that record. I was talking about record. You have to have a record in order to get seeded.
Yeah.
So we've been playing those two together at number one doubles to get that record behind them, so we can possibly get seeded, and it kind of gives everybody a perspective of where they're going to be at.
Talk about the equipment a little bit. The tennis rackets, there are different types of tennis rackets that people use.
Yeah, there's definitely a huge science behind that. So the rackets have evolved over the years. Now, just like baseball bats, you may get a end-loaded bat or something like that. Same thing with tennis rackets. You may get a headlight racket. It may be balanced. It may be the weight maybe down the handle. And then you've got different types of string as well. So there's power string or control spin. So some of the string, you look at it almost looks like an octagon string.
Okay.
And it's supposed to grab the ball and give you more spin.
And these aren't rackets that you can just go buy off the shelf somewhere. These are they get them strung themselves, and for the most part.
Yeah. So depending on most of these are higher end rackets. You'll probably go to a Tennis Express or a warehouse or something like that online. You can go to Dick's Sporting Goods or something like there and get some higher end rackets, not Walmart rackets or anything. And really the only difference is what they're made out of. The Walmart rackets are more of like a metal type racket, and then these are going to be more. They're making them out of all kinds of materials now, but kind of higher end material. And then the racket, depending on how much flex it'll have, is depending on how much, what type of material it uses.
Okay.
And then the tension of the strings, like Lisa, she actually prefers very low tension on her string, which gives her more power. And she actually strings the vertical and horizontal strings differently. So it's, which is an interesting setup. She broke her strings earlier this year, and we found out, that's whenever I found out how she strings her tennis racket. Usually the higher tension is more control and the lower is more power.
Okay.
It depends how much that racket will flex and shoot that ball back off.
Wow. Watching her serve. Whoa.
Yeah,
man.
that's...
Watch out, Claire.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever you're up there at the net, especially playing against her, you better have that racket up there. She's got pretty good aim, but if she's off, by about a foot or so, you're going to catch it right in your face.
Has that happened this year?
They've not in the face, luckily.
Okay, good.
But no, there's been some teams that that's got it in the stomach or something, but it's not really on purpose. Usually, somebody's stretching out or
somebody's.
something. But,
I'm not saying she's aiming for somebody, but
Yeah.
I imagine she could probably hit somebody if she wanted to.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if she wasn't as nice as she was, she definitely probably could. But yeah, that is a good job, Hunter. Yeah, Hunter's pretty good at the net there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Man,
I
that
like
thing
doubles.
just
It's
now when you hit at the net, if it hits the net and trickles over, it's still live,
in
right?
play. Yeah,
okay,
it's
still in play. Okay.
Except on the serve, if it hits the net on the serve and goes in the box, you get another, first serve or second serve. But yeah, it's definitely still in play.
Wow, man.
So if it hits that net and bounces up, toward your face or whatever, you got to be quick enough reflexes to bounce it, hit it back.
That game was quick, man. Now you switch after every game, is that right, or after every second game?
Odd numbers.
Odd numbers.
So, yeah,
Okay.
They'll switch the first game because it's 1, and then they'll switch at 3.
Okay.
Depending on what the score is, if it's 3-0 or if it's 2-1. So you'll see that girl, she's backing up away from Lisa's stroke there. Seeing that ball clip the net, so it's still a winner.
Okay.
And
you switch up every time.
Yep, they'll serve to the other person. But you'll notice the defender or the other team over there at the net, she'll stand a little closer now at the net. Lisa, she backs up a little bit because the reaction time. She wants to have that reaction time since she's hitting so fast.
So there's a net serve. Now they get one more.
Yep. And that serve was out as wide.
So in singles, you use the whole court. In doubles, it's kind of pared down to the smaller portion of the court then.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
There's a drop shot there. And another winner.
Man, that was quick.
Yep. It's intimidating to serve to her because if you hit it soft, it's going to come back pretty fast. It's
So now Hunter will serve for the Lady Mules here.
Yep.
You always serve to the opposite side.
Yep. It's 2-0, low 15. And Lisa hardly ever comes to the net in singles. She likes the baseline, but she's pretty good at the net too. Her reflexes are really fast.
Hunter is one of the younger players on the team. Is that right?
Yep, first-year player as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a lot of first-year players. Let's see, I think Maddie and Serendy's the only players that's returning this year.
Okay. Well, this thing is going quick. Doubles, you don't have to be near as aggressive. Is that right?
It depends. Sometimes, like Clara over there, she just, cut across the court and she was aggressive on the ball. Lisa was just aggressive right there on the ball.
Yeah.
So the more aggressive you can be at the net, is usually wins the points.
Okay.
Try to teach our girls to really be aggressive and cut across the court as much as possible.
You are watching Bobcat Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. It's FCHS tennis action here this evening. We're going to switch over to the near court here. This is Lisa Tomasi and Hunter Kirk for the Lady Mules. And now we're into game number 3. Is that right?
Yep, looks like it's 3-0.
Now, is there a rule? Let's say if you get up 7-0, you still gotta win the 8th, then, right? Or
yeah, with the 10-game pro set, yeah, you'll go all the way to 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it could be 10-0, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not a mercy roll or whatever you want to call it. It looks like Maddie and Claire's in a very close match over there.
Do you often do players often see who they played in singles? Do they often meet in the doubles match as well?
Yeah, usually most teams will play until it comes close to sectional time, and then you'll see players start to switch it up.
Because you want to set your rotation, basically.
You want to set yourself up for sectional time, so the number 1 doubles team will probably be the team that you're seeing in sectional.
That one was screaming.
Yeah.
And into the net. Now it's, Love 30 here?
Yeah, sitting right here, you kind of get a feel for
Yeah.
how she hits and how it feels like to be on the other side of the net.
I wouldn't want to be on the other side of the net, I don't think.
Yeah.
That is impressive. Man. I noticed they're not hitting it toward Lisa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Lisa's only loss this year. It was actually in doubles. They kept it away from her the entire time. It was actually against Flora. They did a great job of, keeping it away from her. They basically took her out of the game. And it was really good. Had a great strategy.
it looks like Salem won this game, and now we'll switch it back, and the Mules will have the serve.
Yep. Looks like we're probably going to Lisa's serve again.
Yeah. And she's not really uncorked one.
No. She's just throwing in those slices right now. And it's cold enough now. She may not be trying to hit too hard.
Well, when it's this cold, it's easy to pull a muscle.
Yeah, I told her to, make sure she doesn't get injured before state, before sectional.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you can see how that ball kind of came off the opponent's racket there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's tough too. You get that kick serve in there and you try to hit it, and it comes completely off to the right.
You said earlier a kick serve was something that's meant to bounce higher and bounce away from.
Yep. Like if she would hit a kick serve right now, it would run the person into the fence.
Okay.
So you take them completely off the court, then your partner can slam it in the open court. Yep. See how far right that pulled? It's just the spin on the ball.
And this is just 10 games. You don't have to win by 2, is that right? Or you do?
You do.
Okay.
Yeah, well, today we're going to just go ahead and play the tiebreaker at 9-9, just kind of speed it up just a little bit more, too. So that was a great drop shot there. And her playing on clay, she's got good hands, as they call it, where she can take the pace off the ball and immediately hit the drop shot. She disguised that shot really well. It looked like she was going across court and then pulled it.
Another win for the Mules.
Yep.
Now we are in 5 or 7 here.
It looks like we're 4-1.
4-1, okay.
Yep. A lot of top spin on that ball.
There's an art to putting a top spin on it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've actually got a tool in the shed. It has a ball attached to it. It looks like kind of like a wall behind it. You got to swing straight up on it in order to get that top spin. It over exaggerates it, so you know how to swing.
Yeah. So she could potentially make it to state in both doubles and singles.
No, you have to
choose one. Okay.
Yep. Because it will be playing at the same time on Friday, doubles and singles.
Okay.
So it'll be.
Nice play at the net there by Hunter Kirk.
Yep. Yeah, Hunter's a really strong net player. She's a good softball player, and it comes in
handy.
Comes in handy here, yeah. We had to get her back off of her power just a little bit.
Swinging for the fences, huh?
Yeah.
Now, Hunter Kirk will have the serve on this net. Still watching the doubles match with Lisa Tomasi and Hunter Kirk for the Mules.
That's a great volley right there. Split the defenders, cut across the court.
The other court has Maddie Foster and
Claire Snyder.
Claire Snyder, okay.
Looks like they're down 2-5 right now.
Claire's got a pretty nice serve as well. That's a nice play at the net by Lisa.
I don't know how our number 3 doubles is doing over there. I think last I heard they were down by a few games.
Okay.
So we'll have to win at least 2 of these double matches if Oh, that's a good shot.
Jeff Wise watching from the hood says, "Go Mules." Over on our sister network, Mule Nation, it's Mules Volleyball. They're taking on El Dorado tonight at Duff Kingston Gymnasium in El Dorado.
I heard they had quite the game the other night.
They had a tough one. 1-3, rather. 2 sets to 1, and that's all right as long as you win.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there. I heard it was exciting.
It was a good one. And I'm expecting a really good one on Thursday night on senior night as well.
Maybe I'll make that one. I haven't been able to make too many of them this year. They're definitely exciting to watch.
Oh, yeah. Mules get another point, and that will do it for this game. Number 2 and number 3 doubles. Number 2 doubles playing on the far side of the court. Number 3 doubles on the court to the south. Uh-oh. Josh Rocket headed out.
Yeah, they have requested a line judge for this match.
Okay.
So he is going to go be the line judge.
All right. Well, when duty calls.
Right? Now you're stuck with me on color for volleyball. Oh, my goodness. Tennis. I cannot believe the how I was so hot when we were setting up at 3 p.m. and now
Yeah, I know.
you use some blankets and, hot cocoa.
Mm-hmm. Is Linda Monge listening?
I know, right? Where's our Bobcat Nation ferry?
We are on Bobcat Nation.
I know. It could happen.
You never know.
Our Magic Mics. Not the movie.
It has been...
Nice.
Whoa, man.
Taking out some anger on that one.
Yeah. I think that's the first time she's really cut loose on one.
Yeah.
And that's impressive. Man, that was set up just like...
Just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to see it has been a pretty good turnout today.
Yeah, you know what?
There's been a lot of students here and parents and grandparents and
Love it.
yeah,
Love it. There is good support on every mule sport.
there really is. We are lucky. Nice.
And nice play at the net.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Lisa Tomasi.
Playing Marco Polo behind us, it
Yeah.
sounds like. Or his name is Marco.
Yeah, I think his name is Marco. Another point for the Lady Mules. Man, this match is going quick. I think it's 6 or 7 to 1 now already.
Yeah.
They will play 10 games in this one.
Looks like the Lady Mules volleyball won their first JV set.
Okay.
And second set is tied 2-2 currently. Bob and Grady handling that one tonight. We were short since we're doing 2 broadcasts at once, and Bob and Grady are always up for the challenge.
Oh, yeah. Handling things themselves tonight.
I know. No cameraman or no computer man, I guess.
Mhm.
So
Bob is the man.
Bob is the man. Grady's, I'm proud of him. He's got his headset on and he's chiming in
All
and
right.
gaining a little confidence on the air. So
Good deal.
we love to see it. Bob made mention, I heard when I was listening or watching. They were talking about how will the varsity team be next year? You know, losing 4 seniors,
Yeah.
and Bob goes, "You'll just have to keep me posted. I'm not going to be here next year." And I'm like, "No."
I think it's going to be a pretty good year next year as well.
I know. I just don't want to think about Bob leaving us.
I
What
know.
are we going to do? We
Yeah.
gotta find a replacement.
We got to groom someone else.
Yes.
Train someone.
Yes, we do. Grady, maybe.
Maybe the guy.
We've been lucky to have him since
Yeah.
his freshman year, which is awesome.
We need to make another trip to Colin McDuffie's media class.
Yes, we do. We haven't
And-
met with them yet this year.
And recruit some more folks. Because we've got a full year of Bobcat or Mule Nation for you coming up. I mean, we've got boys basketball, girls basketball, some wrestling matches coming up. Then we got baseball and softball. It's going to get busy.
Going to.
Well, that's a good point.
I love it, though.
Oh, yeah. It's certainly not something that, uh-oh, look at this.
She was feeling that one, wasn't she?
Man, I was waiting for that one. Now we're going to see her serve here. Watch this serve. Man, this is, well, I see you've been on the close end of it over there on the other side, but watch it from here, man.
Wow. So in tennis, if they hit the net at all, it's a let.
It's a reserve.
Reserve.
Yeah.
Now volleyball, it can tickle the net as it goes over, and that counts, right?
Mm-hmm. Now you can hit the net on a return shot, just not
On the serve. I remember that now. Having some questioning on the goes in or not.
Look at that serve. Looks almost like a curve ball.
Mm-hmm.
The old roundhouse curve. The old Uncle Charlie coming in. Now we'll switch to the other side for Tomasi to serve. And we go to the other side here again. I'm going to need that hot cocoa when I get done here.
I know.
I just never would have imagined the tennis would be so good. I would have enjoyed watching it so much. I mean, this is impressive.
It really is something cool to see.
I think it's, I mean, I played tennis recreationally.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I couldn't have stood a candle against any of these girls. I mean, look at that, man.
Oh my gosh, she is just all over the court. Nice.
Nice
there.
that. Hunter Kirk coming across to slam it home. Tip the net. That's another point for the Mules. They're closing in on a victory here in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Want to remind you about girls postseason volleyball coming up. We'll start the 24th at Hamilton County against the Teutopolis and Flora winner. And then, hopefully, we'll be in action Thursday night. And then hopefully, the next Monday and Wednesday for sectional play. And then on Friday, November 3rd, down at Robinson for the super sectional.
When did you say they start?
They start the 24th.
24th, so
October,
the week after regular
so
play.
So it'll be Tuesday night the 24th, then Thursday night the 26th, Monday and Wednesday the following week, October 30th and November 1st. And then November 3rd on that Friday will be the super sectional. And then, who knows? I've got my hotel room booked in Bloomington already.
I like the confidence. These girls would be the team that could do it for sure.
Yeah.
They're so fun to watch.
Only lost 2 matches all year. One to the top-ranked team in Class 3A, and the other to a Libertyville team that is, well, Libertyville High School, probably 4 or 5 times the size of the Mules. At least 4,
Mm-hmm. I was talking to Mikhail Snyder, Coach Snyder's daughter, earlier. She helps me out with RJ marketing, and she's texted me and just said she's so bummed that she can't be here on Thursday for senior night. This is like her team, and she's like, I'm just so thankful for Mule Nation, and it always makes me feel good getting those texts where she's able to still be there, even if she's stuck at college, per her words.
Stuck at college. All right, I've got to close out of this. I'm losing battery power.
I know, mine's about dead too, but
Bob Ellis will join us Thursday night, as well as Derek Dunn for the call of senior night.
yes, shout out to Bob again for giving me a couple nights off. I was scheduled to work Thursday and Friday, and it's just been a really crazy couple weeks with all these added streams, and Friday we had the parade, and we had the class reunion, and Saturday we had the game, and I'm a glutton for punishment, and I've picked up another part-time job, and I had to work there Saturday night, and I'm like, I could just use a couple nights at home with my kids. So, and the boys have their school carnival Friday night, so I'm excited I'll be home and able to take them to that.
Well, that's more important.
Well, yeah, if I could get it covered, I thought, you know what, it's not going to hurt to ask, and he was happy to pick up the shift, so thankful for him.
We're going to miss him.
Yes.
He's headed to Eastern Illinois University next year, EIU.
It won't be too far away.
I've been cluing him in on some places to eat up there.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't
that home of the original Jimmy John's?
It is.
Yep.
I have some friends who went to college at Eastern with him.
I had a few friends that went to Eastern, not at the same time period, but.
I was telling him about the Polly-Eye spaghetti night.
All right.
Got to go to Pags for all you can eat spaghetti when you're in Charleston or Carbondale or DeKalb or Murray, Kentucky.
That's what I was going to say.
For that matter.
That was a hit in Carbondale as well.
Looks like this match is over with.
Yep.
Lisa Tomasi and Hunter Kirk winning on that one.
I better.
Okay, there we go. Now I got it figured out. And we'll get it over to the other match where it's a tight one over there for the Mules. Going at it here. Looks like this is the final match going here. Approaching 3 hours on this one here. Everybody packing things up, and that one may be over with as well. At least there is a game over with. Yeah, it looks like this one will go at least one more game. Or will it? Wrapping things up on a Tuesday evening of high school tennis for you. Our first for us on Mule Nation, our Bobcat Nation, and Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. Teams are talking to their respective coaches. This is going to go a couple of more rounds, at least one more round. Oh, I'm good. Yep. Okay, well, thank you. I've got a blanket. Look at that. Don't have hot chocolate, but I've got a blanket. I got a blankie.
You just
Thank you,
never
Claire.
know.
Thank you, Claire.
You never know what you'll find in my van.
I thought you left already. Where you been hiding? I thought you left already. Where you been
I had to
hiding?
go get my hair braided, so tomorrow I'll have a beach wave.
Oh. I got a wig.
You got a wig? What color?
Black and silver.
No.
So bad.
My hair will look like my 8th grade class grade pictures.
We're gonna look like straight lines.
All right, starting another game here. And it looks like Salem will get the point.
No.
I'll see you in the morning.
Bye.
If you see people walking around in 80s garb tomorrow, it's us.
What are you doing tomorrow?
We are dressing up in our 80s attire and taking some photos for the yearbook for the murder mystery dinner.
For the yearbook.
Yep, we made a yearbook with all of the cast photos and their 80s attire, and then we're going to get some of us, the organizers, and ours. And I said, you know what? It may be good promotion too, just walking around downtown in your 80s gear. Everyone will be talking about those weirdos walking around.
You have to stop into Blacks and see us.
Yes.
I've got to see this.
We will. I've ordered a wig. A couple of us have wigs and neon and everything else, so it'll be fun.
Donning your inner wedding singer.
Yes. Oh, goodness. Looks like JV Lady Mules are up 24-8 in the second.
So they
set.
should be getting started with the varsity here before long.
Yep.
They may be done before we're done.
I know, right?
This one has been tight. Boy, Maddie Foster has played a lot of tennis this afternoon.
Yeah, she has. And I heard her say when she got done with that, hour and a half, 2 hour match.
She goes, I'm ready to go.
I'm
Let's
ready to go.
going.
I'm not that tired. Let's just go.
Oh,
nice
play at the net by the Salem player. Now they'll send it back the other way with the forearm.
That ball
Forehand, rather.
Ball hit the racket just a little funky. It didn't bounce near as much as she thought it would.
I could never do this on a competitive level.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you'd get frustrated.
I'd get mad at myself, for one. Not necessarily the other players.
Yeah.
I mean, I just get mad at myself because I couldn't do it well. Well, we sure appreciate Scott Foster and Josh Rocket and all the folks out here this evening who have helped us.
Great hospitality. They made us feel welcome and made sure we had everything we needed. And I mean, Josh had 8-foot tables in his truck for us. He brought a ladder for us.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on it. So greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Glad we got to come out and
Yeah.
do this. It's
Been a lot of fun.
It has been fun. Looks like El Dorado's making a little bit of a comeback, 24-13 now in the second set. Great serve by Foster over there. And
yeah. Another point for the Lady Mules. They got to be getting close to finishing this one out.
JV volleyball has won against El Dorado. And varsity action will be starting shortly on Mule Nation. Nice.
Okay, another game completed.
All right.
And we'll see here. Yeah, well, another game coming up. We appreciate everyone that's joined us here tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
It has.
Like the Mules are going to have the serve here. Nope, they're going to be returning first.
Oh. That one frustrated Maddie there.
Nice return by Salem. Looks like another point for the Wildcats, the Lady Wildcats. Lady Mules return it. And looks like that's a point, Lady Mules. That one hit long, but returned by Salem. That one out. Going to be another serve for Salem here. Returned by the Lady Mules. Salem back. There's a miss hit by the Lady Mules and a point Salem. Looks like the Lady Mule is going to have a serve here. Second serve here by the Lady Mules. Nice play at the net. Goes into the net, though, and that's a point for Salem. Nice play at the net. That's a point for the Mules. Next time we come out, we'll know where to set the cameras and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that was half the battle this time, trying to figure out where to set up.
And it's out of bounds, and that's a point for the Lady Mules. Yeah, it took us longer to figure out where to set the cameras than it did anything. That goes out of bounds. Second serve coming up for the Lady Mules here. Into the net from Salem. Point Lady Mules. And it looks like that's game for the Lady Mules. And we go to another game. This one has been a long one. Only match still going.
On our court, anyways. I think they got one more going over there.
Yeah, I believe they do, yeah. This is the number one doubles teams from both schools. Out of bounds, that's a point for Salem. And still a pretty decent crowd out.
Yeah, kids are hanging tight.
Serve into the net for Salem. They'll serve one more time. Salem into the net. Point Lady Mules. Got to win by 2. They played 10 games, and you got to win by 2 in doubles. Hit them down, that's a point.
Well, looks like Lady Mules lost that one.
Yep. That one could be it.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, looks like Salem the winner of this match. And that will do it.
Yeah, thank you.
For our first foray into tennis.
Thank you all for joining us and bearing with us as we work through it, but it's been a lot of fun. Now tune over to Mule Nation and watch some Lady Mules varsity action.